So I'll be using a simulation exercise in a realistic working environment.
I give my permission for this to be recording to be uploaded to the equal site.
Thank you very much. So now is where it starts. So can you tell me a little bit about what made you come here today?
I've been feeling a bit down recently, I think, and I feel a bit guilty about that because lots of things are going really well and I know that I'm really lucky, but I just find myself, I'm just not really quite sure what to do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently on maternity leave with my third child, and after my last two children I did go back to work, but my job's in London and I have to travel on the train and it is quite a busy day. My son's just gone to school, my eldest child, and I just don't know how I will do it all, like get there, get back, school pickups, and then my daughter's starting school in September when I should be going back from my maternity leave. My husband's just started a new job, so he's not going to be able to help me at all. So I just feel like it's all on me, and I do love my job, but I really want to be at home with my children as well. But then sometimes just, I don't know, I do really love picking up my children and meeting friends and going to playgroups with my baby, but sometimes I just get a bit frustrated about things that it's just the same, but I know that I'm really lucky, so I just, very mixed feelings, I don't know what to do.
That is a lot of information. First, do you mind if I take some notes while I'm listening to you?
No, not at all.
That'll help me later to remember everything, and I can repeat it back to you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions to clarify things, and I'll be taking notes. So you've given me quite a lot of information at the moment. You say you feel a bit down, you feel a bit guilty because you seem to be happy, you seem to be having a lovely life with a family and a job, but you feel guilty about not quite knowing how to continue, whether you want to go back to your job in London, which involves a lot of travel and time,
Yes.
or whether you would like to stay at home for now with your children and your youngest child who isn't even at school and your middle child who is going to start later.
I'm not, and this is the bit where I feel guilty, I'm not sure if staying at home is enough for me, because I do, when I'm at my job, I manage lots of people and I have to make decisions, lots of decisions sort of in quite a high pressured environment sometimes, and I do really thrive on that and I do really enjoy that, and that is part of who I am. But equally I know that my children will only be small for a short amount of time, but I'm not sure that if I were to have a break whether I would enjoy it as much as I do now. But equally it's sort of not my choice because of my husband's job. He's sort of started this new job and he will be away for a lot of the time, and it just feels like it's me that has to pick up the slack, the bits that he can't do. So I feel like I have to choose, really. Although part of me feels like it's not a choice, that I just will not be able to go back to my job as what my job was, but maybe take a part-time, lesser role. And then I don't know how I feel about that.
So it sounds like with your husband taking a new job, starting a new job which involves travel, you feel like you have to sometimes be mother and father or do all the parenting on your own.
Yes. There are times where, it is lovely with the children at home, but sometimes it can be a bit testing, and then we get to the end of the day and I have to do it all because he's not home yet. And yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, we will, I will try and break this down into some smaller chunks later. Overall, what would you like to get out of the counselling?
I suppose I would like it to be clear in my mind how I want to move forward, and also just to feel okay about the choices that I make, if they are my choices, because I'm not sure if they... I just want to feel okay with whatever I decide to do and not feel guilty. You
said earlier you feel guilty because your basic situation is very good, there are no outside factors which put too much strain on you, but you said you would feel guilty if you went back to work because you wouldn't see as much of your children as you would like to see?
Yes, and we don't have any family that live in the local area, and we're fairly new to where we've moved to, so we don't have a big support network of friends, so there's not really anybody who I can reach out to, say if I was going to be late from work or needed some help with the children. And so sometimes it just feels a bit lonely, because at the moment I'm off work and I'm making friendships, but they're new friendships and they're not always people who have known me for a long time.
Yes, okay. As I said earlier, that's a lot of information. I'm going to try in the next few sessions, I will try and look at some of these aspects, like how you enjoy being at work, what you enjoy about being at home, and try and unravel that a little bit. We'll be talking about these things. We're also, in the course of this, going to establish a few goals for you. You said you want to be clear about what you want to do in your own mind and be happy with your choice, whatever it is. So we're going to define it a bit more clearly, so we know what we're talking about. So define what you want to achieve and then break down all of this information into slightly smaller steps, because it seems like you are emotionally involved, you have logistic problems with not enough family, not enough childcare, maybe not enough friends yet, and I think it's best to tackle one of these issues after another. So would that be okay for you if in the coming sessions?
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Thank you. I think, let me see, 8 minutes.